Hey, konnichiwa, I'm inside Grave from Makazashi's Tea House over in Japan. Hope you're good and genki. I'm genki because I just read a great comic book. It is the return, finally, of Rook Exodus. This is issue 7 from Ghost Machine Image Comics, written by Geoff Johns, arts by Jason Fabok, colours Brad Anderson, letters Rob Lee. This main cover here is by Jason Fabok. Gorgeous cover. The one on the right is the STAG variant by the same artist, Jason Fabok again. Now, this is $3.99. There might be a deal on this because I got a really good price on the digital copy, so I'm not sure if it's cheaper than usual on digital, but do look out for that. I wish I could get a hold of a physical, but in Japan, for some reason, it's very difficult to get them. Anyway, let's get on with this. So, as it says in the synopsis, the critically acclaimed series returns. Can you believe it's been a year, guys? I can't believe it. I checked the date of the last issue and it was like the end of October, so it's pretty much a year. The quest to save Bloodhound begins. Once the most respected of the Wardens, the father of Direwolf has disappeared, vanished off the wildlife grid, with whispers of madness following in his wake. Now the remaining Wardens must band together to find him or stop him. The fate of Exodus is at stake. Isn't it always, folks? Anyway, a little bit of a mini spoiler here, but you'll meet some new Wardens without spoil the names then, try not to say it. I do go into like some spoilers with the look inside the book, the story summary, so just to warn you, but I don't spoil the end. I really enjoyed this. You can tell by how genki I am, not just for the art and the fantastic colours, but we get some great new characters. It's just really nice to be back in this world. You know, it's a really inventive, like fantasy sci-fi world here, which I just love learning more about. And the concept, you know, this great idea of these warden helmets that can but put you in a kind of psychic connection with the animals of this planet. It's really cool. Okay, so without further ado, let's get on with a look inside the book, and I'll give my score at the end. So please keep watching. Here we go. So we open up with some beautiful art from deep inside a forest. We see a deer, a stag there. Now let me read you the recap. Previously in Rook, the enigmatic rogue bear warden Ursor hunted all remaining wardens on Exodus, collecting helmets from their corpses, including Rook's closest friend, Swine. Barely escaping his own encounter with Ursor, Rook united with wardens Direwolf and Carapace, defeating Ursor, and learning better world sent him to reclaim their technology. So apparently Ursor, the big bad in the last series, like the volume 1, was after all the helmets. But if the rebellious wardens are to survive, they must fix Exodus's world engine. And the only one who can help them is the rogue dog warden believed to have gone insane, Direwolf's father, Bloodhound. Then we do a page turn and we get this glorious double page spread from artist Jason Fabok. Here we see Bloodhound, this newly introduced character, the insane father of Direwolf, as he's called. He's attacking a group of stags in the forest. You can see the dogs behind him with red eyes. Then we meet this new character. How awesome does this look? It's called Stag. It's a stag warden. So you just saw Bloodhound was attacking the stags in the forest. Well, Stag Warden's not having it. Has he got a red lightsaber there or what? Man, I love that helmet design. It is deadly. Here's a bit of a closer look. If you look carefully, behind him you can see he's carrying bow and arrows too. The Stag Warden leaps in on the attack here, defending his deer, his stags. We see Bloodhound's helmet lighting up. There are some sounds and it says, "Is it Lycion? Pictus connection re-established." The Stag Warden activates his helmet as well, and we see the deer attacking the wild dogs. If you notice, the wild dogs have got like some kind of green, what is it? Ectoplasm? Green saliva coming out of their mouths. Are they all rabid? The Stag Warden gets a good slicing with his red-bladed sword, and then Bloodhound attacks. They roll across the snow. Love that full moon in the background there, and that panel. Looks great. Got to shout out Brad Anderson's colouring as well in this. Bloodhound flees and we just see Stag looking out in the distance. Then, 8 pages in now, we finally get the first proper dialogue. Yeah, we've had some like animal sounds and we've had the helmet activation, but the page before this, you hear a voice saying, "Do you see anything? Rook." So finally, here's Rook. He replies that he sees goats. He's talking to Carapace. Lots of them. And then we hear, Matterhorn is as stubborn as her goats. Thick-skulled, sure-footed, listens to no one. She trusts you as little as I do. So you keep reminding me, says Rook. So we're going to get introduced to another new character too, Matterhorn. Must be the goat warden. Then we get our first proper look at Rook in this issue 7, this volume 2 of the series. Let's go make contact, Pumbaa. Now Pumbaa's this giant wild boar. The great pig, as is called, of Rook's slaughtered best friend, Swine, the pig and boar warden. Okay, and this page and the next page we actually do get a bit of an info dump. It's like a reminder of what's come before. So I'm going to go through it with you, just bear with me. They call me Rook, I'm one of the Wardens of Exodus. Now there's a bit of a closer look at him, looking cool. So here's a backstory. This is Rook narrating, saying he grew up on a farm in Bloomfield, Illinois, just him and his dad. His father died trying to save the animals after a fire swept through the farm. Without him or the farm, I had nowhere to go, so I took a job with Better World, leaving our polluted, dying earth behind. As a warden, I was given the helmet to help control the translocated species of Exodus. The helm connected my mind to my assigned animals. Given my past, it was the Corvidae, crows. Exodus was advertised as a carefully crafted utopia. We turned out to be more like the Titanic. The planet hit its proverbial iceberg when their patent-pending world engine broke down. The customers who paid a hefty fee to relocate from Earth paid an even bigger fee to be evacuated from Exodus. Good old Better World, the company, promised they'd come back for the employees and their families. It had been 2 years, we thought they forgot about us, until the mysterious Warden of Bears appeared, Ursor. We discovered he'd been covertly hired by Better World to come to Exodus and reclaim the helmets using any means necessary. Wow, this is a big catch-up, isn't it? Actually, it's a good reminder for me. You know, I've read the first 6 issues, but it has been it's been a year since the last issue, so, you know, I'm an old guy. I forget things easily these days. To continue, before we stopped him, Ursor slaughtered my best friend, Swine, the boar warden. His great pig Pumbaa never left his side. After saving him, now Pumbaa won't leave mine. The helmets link our minds together, both conscious and subconscious. We influence each other, meaning we can either work together to survive, or we can destroy one another. So now, like my father before me. That's a Luke Skywalker quote, isn't it there? Like my father before me. I'm a Jedi. I've chosen to stay and fight for the world, despite it burning all around me. That's why I'm up here freezing my nuts off atop one of the highest peaks on the planet. Then we see Rook opening a tent door here. Pumbaa is by his side. There's a crow on Rook's shoulder. And we hear a voice from inside the tent shouting, "Stop eating the maps!" It's got to be goats, right? And here we go. We get our first look at Matterhorn, a new character, the goat warden. She screams, "Move and I shoot!" She thinks he might have been sent by Ursor. But Rook replies, "I stopped Ursor. I'm Rook." Okay, let's glory in the 2 pages here. Great art again by Jason Fabok. Just look at that. Again, I love this design of Matterhorn, this new character, and the goats in the background. Rook asks for her help. He tells them that he's working with Direwolf and Carapace, wardens that she's supposedly familiar with. And there's a great line from Matterhorn here. She says, "Carapace, from his endless lectures on personal responsibility, how's that grumpy old man still alive?" Rook replies, "I'd guess it's his warm, winning personality." So you do know him. Turns out Matterhorn has been searching for the world engine. Rook asks if she's found it. And then he talks about something they have called the wildlife grid, which means that Carapace can access the location of the wardens. I guess that means all wardens. But they can't communicate directly with any of them. They've got to physically activate the link on the helmets. Then Matterhorn, the goat warden, removes her helmet and we get a look at her face. She tells Rook to activate the grid so she can talk with the turtle. "Just do me a favour. Tell him to save his lectures about how people ruin everything." Then we've got the goats in the background chewing up maps. Aren't those important? Then we get our first look in this 2nd volume of Carapace. Remember him? Here he's telling Rook to make sure Matterhorn is not wearing a helmet when they connect to the wildlife grid because the feedback can be dangerous. So, what is this wildlife grid, you ask? And so do I. Okay, here we go. We get our first look at the wildlife grid. You can see like a 3D version of the world here, the planet, and the different wardens' masks. If you look closely, you'll get an idea of some of the wardens we haven't met yet, we haven't seen yet, but we're going to see. Is that a scorpion up there? And Usagi Ojimbo? Matterhorn's complaining that establishing connections with wardens one by one, it's taking too long. Surely there's got to be a better way. But Rook says no, they haven't found any other way to do this. And some wardens have gone rogue. Rook continues telling Matterhorn the story. Direwolf is tracking her father, Blood Hound, the warden of wild dogs. You know what happened to him, don't you? Then we hear the instinct, influence, overtook his mind, made him go crazy. We're hoping that, he can be turned back, but Matterhorn tells Rook, I tried to contact Bloodhound months ago. He was terrorizing a village, attacking people with his dogs. He can't be saved. Rook's hoping that she's wrong. Okay, there are still 5 more pages of story to go. I don't want to spoil the ending, what happens, and it does end on a big cliffhanger. But here we see Direwolf. She's removed her helmet. She's confronting her father. Dad, we need your help. I miss you. To be continued. Okay, there we go. Do hope you enjoyed that story summary. Look inside the book. Fantastic art, of course, by Jason Fabok. No wonder he's been working on this for a year. Anyway, we have 2 variant covers here. The one on the left is by Kyle, NGU, New, I think it's pronounced. It's going to be a wraparound variant. And the one on the right is a 1 in 20 variant by Gary Frank. So that might be a bit pricey to get hold of that. For a score for this issue, I loved it. Really, really delighted to be back in the world of Rook Exodus. Just jaw-dropping art, guys, as you know. Fantastic art and colours. Great introduction to some new characters, which I'm really curious about. Massive cliffhanger, which I didn't want to spoil. So, yeah, I'm giving this, this is an 8.5. It's almost a 9, but let's go 8.5 out of 10. So as always, thank you so much for watching and listening this far. Do drop a comment, let me know what you think if you're picking this up. And I attempted to buy the huge, fancy Volume 1 hardback, which is being released in October. I don't know the details yet, looking for them, see what price it's going to be. Kind of scary, but I would love to get my hands on that. Anyway, hope to see you in a future video review or a live stream, and do check out my Patreon. I've got a Patreon going on where I do some exclusive content over there as well. Okay, this has been Gray from Wakazashi's Tea House, signing off for the night. Matane.
If only you could see what I've seen with your eyes.